here we are. We're gonna have a Q&A session. Marie is gonna interview Raven and I about some witch stuff.
I am one of your hosts, Marie.
I'm Raven.
I'm Maria.
Okay, so I'm really excited. So we have two witches here, not witches, and don't even think about it. I know what you're thinking. Don't be a HOE. Okay. Anyways, excuse my language. So I got 10 questions for y'all, and y'all just want to start into it.
Yeah, go for it.
So
Yeah.
homies are over here. They're, like I said, they are witches. I am not. I am like a frolicker. Okay.
A frolicker?
A father.
I'm a frolicker. Wait. No. All wrong. Oh no. That's not what I meant.
I would
Are you
more call
sure?
you like a straddler. Like you
I
straddle
am a
between the two.
straddler.
Yeah, you straddle between the two worlds.
This is going wrong.
That's not what I meant. Like you
We
straddle
all
between
know
the
what.
two worlds.
Yeah.
You do. You
Okay.
have your religion,
Yes,
and you actually accept others really
yeah,
into your religion. So I
this is
call that
true.
more of a
I don't.
straddle.
I don't think. I'm way too mature for this.
It's-
But I
You can
do.
tell what everybody needs.
Yes.
oh,
Are you
I
calling
said
me? Are
I
you?
wasn't calling you out. I said everybody.
Are you calling me a hussy?
yeah,
No.
she called you. She's called all three of us hussies.
You
Actually,
That.
no,
know,
she's not.
in a
She said,
past life, I was probably a madame.
Wait. Are
I was,
we? Are we live on YouTube and stuff?
yeah.
Okay. Do we
Why?
have a link?
Uh, yeah. Go to the YouTube page.
No, I found it on here last time. That's how I got it. Oh
I
yeah,
know.
that's how I found it.
and how could we really call it hussy when we're all exclusive with our men?
True.
That's true. That's just like a word that my man uses. He'll be like,
A
Hussy.
when I
hussy.
tell him something that I was like, this girl at the store was like taking my M and M's, and I was like, don't do that, and he'll be like, oh, the scandal, that hussy.
Do
And
you
I'll be like,
remember the heifer from Goodwill last year that I was talking about with the peacock skirt
oh yeah.
before Ren?
For
Yeah.
when
Before
I like
Renfest, I really, really wanted this skirt, and this heifer grabbed it off the rack before I did. And I told Marie that if we seen her, we needed to step on the skirt when we were at Renfest. I was mad,
I'm
really
sorry, I
mad.
just got a message. I was like, ooh, not now,
ooh,
not now.
see?
Not now, not now. I'm setting up a link and then we can go ahead and get started. Um, might be fun to have some viewers on here. Okay, so sorry. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh wait, why am
I
I
asked,
sending it to Maria?
is that what it was that you just sent me?
Did I? Well, I started to. I don't think I did. I can
My
send it
phone
in the
just
chat.
vibrated.
Oh, it's possible I sent it to. No, I didn't. But I'm sending
No,
it
you
to y'all
didn't.
now just in case y'all need to share it. This is
Oh
the
yeah, that'll be
YouTube.
easy.
Did you just
And,
get a? Oh no, you got my phone. You want to
okay,
share it?
so we
Okay,
are interviewing the witches. Okay, first of all, um, I just want to ask, like, what kind of witch are you, and what kind of broom do you ride?
Ha! I don't ride a broom.
uh-huh.
It's a Swiffer. Just kidding.
Oh,
And for me, it's like more of a Hoover kind of thing.
okay, y'all some bougie,
Bougie bitches.
bougie.
Sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
No.
take after my mom. Love you,
So,
mom.
love you too, mom. You, love your favorite.
Shut up, I'm her favorite.
So, okay. So, what kind of witches are you? Can you go into like a little bit of detail with that?
Do you want to go first or should
You can
I?
go first.
Okay. For me, I'm more of a, they would name me a green witch because I'm more of an, like, green, like more of outside and stuff, like with Mother Nature and stuff like that. But I actually dabble more in the occult side of it. I'm
Yeah.
more of a, we were just talking about it. We're going to have another podcast one day, but I'm more of a bloodletter and I'm more of a spellcaster than I would like
Mhm.
to admit sometimes. But I do dabble in a lot of that. So I don't even know if I can consider myself a green witch anymore. So for me, I guess like collecting different talents along the
Stop
way,
it.
learning different new techniques to take my trade to the next level. And the next level for me is always that one step higher, one step higher, one step higher. And as long as I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not doing some hoodoo stuff or voodoo,
Yeah.
which I get close to it, but I don't totally step over to that side.
Yeah. You're just learning and growing as you go, and you're using like the ingredient. This is what I'm gathering. So you're like using the ingredients that the earth gives you
Yes.
to use it for a positive experience.
Well, sometimes positive. It can get a little dark, but we got to remember to ground ourselves, and we got to also remember with every into every darkness comes a little light at the end, and sometimes we have to just pathway into that darkness a little before we get into the light of it. So as long as we're doing a positive, but we have to go a little, not a lot, but a little into the darkness is not always a negative. And I
Yeah.
also enjoyed doing stuff like dream walks that I was taught,
Mhm.
that I take people through their dreamscapes, it's called, and I bring you through a whole system. Like I'll take you on a walk. I will literally get you relaxed, put you down, like pretty much put you under, and we're going to take a walk together and we're going to figure out together through that walk what's holding you back in life and the stressors and stuff like that. I've been doing that for years. I started that when I was very young. That's why I kind of can go into, everybody says, a story mode type of personality. That was that walker in me. Like I can walk you through something.
Yeah.
So I'm not eclectic at all. I just
Eclectic.
like, well, I know for me it would be collected. I would collect the
Eclectic?
duff. Yeah, I would collect a something from this one, something from this one,
Oh,
and
yeah.
bring it all into me. That's called the collect, like a
Elective.
collective.
Yeah,
Like
that makes
A
it's
collective.
it's
It's a
like a
little different.
non it's a non Tinkerbell.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, because
it's
Tinkerbell is the one that's she's collecting the stuff to build things, but
but
well,
it's a little different than what you're about to talk about. That's
okay,
it's a little it
I'm
actually
gonna
is a
let it
lot
go.
different.
I'm gonna let it go. But yeah,
But it's more of a collective type of hobby
Yes.
or
yeah,
religion or whatever you want to call it. I call it my life, but I want to
Mhm.
take a part of each piece I can learn from each witch or wizard I come into contact with. I would like to learn what they're doing and take that piece with me in a way I can take it and put it into my own way of spin.
yeah,
That makes sense.
So it's more of a, like, you see what I mean with a
yeah,
collective.
Yeah.
It's totally different. I take a little part, like I'll learn something from you too,
yeah.
eventually. And you might hopefully learn something from me. And I think that's the way we grow as witches. And that's the
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
we learn, you know what
I
I
hope to
mean?
learn a lot from you.
And I love, another one is paganism. I
Oh, yeah.
love, it has a lot to do with, I hate to say, I hate when people, oh, that's not a green witch. That's not true. It takes a lot of elements and brings them in to you. So hopefully one day we can get into that too. But that's for a different podcast, I do believe.
Yeah.
That's a different day.
Yeah, that's a different day. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, not it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes a lot of sense because you're still using like the earth and
Oh,
um,
and I do, and I also do readings because of that, like
mhm.
stars, moons. Yet again, collected that from somebody else.
Yes, awesome. So Maria, tell us about
I'm
this. eclectic witchy.
This eclectic, which I read so many different books on every subject I can get a hold of, and then if something feels right, then that's what I take from that, and that's what I do. Basically, I do what feels right and what I want.
So you're not only using ingredients from like the earth, you're also using it from like everywhere, right?
Everywhere,
And you're taking
anything.
advice from everywhere, whether it be like a video,
Yeah.
encyclopedia, books,
My husband's a
nature.
different religion, and I'll take stuff from his religion and bring it over and use it, and it's
Yeah.
just I just yeah.
Your husband's religion is actually very interesting. I
Oh,
like.
we're gonna talk about it. He's gonna be on a podcast, and we're gonna
I'm.
talk about it.
I can't wait because I really am interested in that one. I have not met one
No,
yet. Like not like that. No.
he's pretty new to it, but he reads a lot, and our daughter takes after him, and this is her 13th birthday coming up, so it's important
Yes.
in that religion. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So my next question: do you have a coven? And
No.
tell me about it. Like, how did you join? Like, how often do you meet? And like, what kind of stuff do you do? Like, do you run naked through the fire? Because I would. I would.
When I lived in PA and Warnersville, Pennsylvania does have a coven.
Hmm.
We used to meet once a month, and yes, we did not run naked everywhere, but we did get together a lot outside. We did have like different attire on, but we didn't get naked because one, if you get caught, that's a felony in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. So even though you're outdoors. So you can't do that. So we used to wear like cloths and that. And that's where I learned a lot of what my great grandmother taught me. Then I took that and I spun it with other people. And it opens up to your eyes. These were professors, some of them. Like everybody thinks a witch is like just this like ideal. Like I don't know how to explain it. These people were like
They all think they
super.
should be burned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they were totally different. And that coven, I miss. I haven't been there in a couple years because I moved.
Hmm.
I do miss my coven. I miss having the guidance of my coven. And if I recommend anyone out there listening or will hear this one day, if you can join a coven, do your research on it, make sure it's something for you and they believe in not what you believe in fully, but close enough that you're not joining a cult. There is a difference between
Oh yeah,
coven and cult.
we don't
So
So,
be
want to
careful
join a
with
cult.
that.
so it's just like a group of women, like that you
Group of
just.
women and men. Women and
Oh, okay.
men.
Okay.
We
So
had both
a group of people, and
that were
y'all just
outsiders.
okay, and so y'all just came together and like this is what.
Yep.
Oh, now I've heard of that. I knew somebody like that. Not y'all, but if they ever watch, I'm like, you know. I'm sorry. So okay, so how often do you practice your craft?
I practice mine every day.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think we're on that level. Like, not that I practice, but I really get with my tarots and stuff a lot more recently. Like every day, I'm like holding them at this point, and that's great. But
Well,
that's
that's
not.
what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to,
Yes.
You're supposed to get personal with them.
yeah.
But yeah, I do. And then meditation is another way to get closer every day. Rejuvenation, cleansing, going out and finding yourself. Just a walk sometimes can get you
Yeah.
back to Mother Nature.
Oh
So
yeah.
you can actually do something every day to redefine how you feel.
Yes, and just definitely come back into yourself. Be more self-aware.
Yes.
Just cleanse your spirit. Honestly, that's what meditation is to me. It's just cleansing your soul a little bit, coming back into the moment and appreciating what's in front of you. Or just your inner growth. Honestly. So, Maria, would you say that you practice your craft daily?
I make offerings every day. I don't have to. I just do because of who I make my offerings to. Because me just taking care of all my animals and the animals outside, and that's an offering that she likes.
So, how often do you think you get to pull out the candles?
My candles, I don't.
If these are offensive questions, just
Oh,
tell me
no,
to
that's
knock it off.
not. It's personal, actually.
Oh,
That one,
oh,
a little personal for
I
me.
saw your face. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's just caught me off guard. I forgot about that one.
See, when I think about like witching, craft, and covens
Yeah,
and
I
things,
do a lot of spell casting.
I assume like everybody has the colored candles, and you just doing like the cinnamon and all that for the spells, which seems fun.
I do. I
Well,
have all my candles, but I usually only use my white ones because it's a blank piece of paper.
and you're gonna feel a little indifferent with this one. I actually have a few Virgin Mary candles, like Saint
Yeah.
Augustine candle. People are gonna look at me weird on this one, but I do light them for a reason because I did grow up Catholic and stuff. So I still light them in honor of my dad
I
because he
I
believed in it.
actually have some friends that do that. They'll like the Hail Marys, as
Yeah,
well.
I don't. Yeah, I used to, but
Okay, so what do you think like motivates you to practice? Like what calls you?
personal growth,
Yeah.
personal boundaries, realigning myself with the universe. So when I do go and my time is when it's my time, I feel I had taken everything from this lifetime and I can always hopefully put it into the next in one way or another, and hopefully through karma or whatnot. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. What about you, Miss Maria?
I know
Just
I'm just gonna
quiet.
keep repeating, but
It's
I've always
that's
been
what it is.
drawn to it. But it's basically just what feels right. That's all. That's the only best way I can explain it. It's just what feels right.
Okay, so when like you're called and motivated to practicing, like I need to do this now or at a later
hmm
time.
I just go with the flow and what the universe tells me, basically.
Like one big hippie.
Yeah.
Flower child.
Yes, queen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I still say some of us were born in the wrong century. Well, we might have lived back in that century, but we belong back in that century still, and I'm one of them.
Yeah. I really think so.
I
When I
do
think of a
too.
hippie, I think of like free spirit without the drugs. But my family is like Southern Baptist, so they're like, "Oh, a hippie? You don't want to be a hippie? Yeah, hippie.
But
Drug
drugs
addicts."
have been used for ages. Natural drugs. I'm talking like
Mhm.
peyote,
Yeah.
in rituals that still go on to this day in
Yep.
smokehouses, and like I would love to understand more about that myself because they are going to a higher place than I
Yep.
probably could go right now in this plane.
Yeah.
So I would love to know that. That's through a shaman.
Yeah. So, like, this is gonna be a little personal, but
At least you warned us this time. You're like,
um, what made you start practicing? I'm actually curious if you remember the first time that you did.
I I do. I watched my great grandmother. I was very close to her. She had us as a kids because she got us away from abuse. So we grew up kind of with her before she passed, and just watching her do it, and it would always intrigue me. And
Yeah.
the day I felt like kind of the creepy crawlies up my back, she looked at me. She goes, "You're ready," and I knew I was ready to learn the craft that has been handed down. So
Yeah.
in one way or another, through stories or actually through teachings. So I was ready,
Oh,
and it
no.
was at a very young age. I would say about 10 years old, right before I hit puberty.
That sounds really nice. I wish my mom would have done witchcraft with me.
My mom won't. My mom and dad didn't. I
Yeah.
had an aunt that did, But other than my great grandmother and nobody else in my family, I think even mess around with the occult. And I didn't say cult, I said occult. um, my parents didn't like my dad's passed now, but my mom, if I try to call her now, she'd be like, whatever. She don't believe in it.
Yeah, she'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Pretty much.
I don't know if my parents actually know I'm a witch or not. They haven't listened to the podcast or anything yet.
They probably know now.
Well, maybe.
I was gonna say that. It's not.
Surprise, Mom and Dad!
It's and everybody thinks, oh, you shouldn't be. It's not about being ashamed. It's about you
Yeah.
feeling like you're letting somebody down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's weird because my mom had the same. That was her grandmother. So
Yeah.
I don't know if she just didn't take a shine to her, or she knew she was going to be different
Yeah.
as she got older. I don't know. But my dad did dabble in the ghosts and stuff like that. He just the cult side of it. I don't think he
Yeah.
beyond a Ouija board, but beyond that, no.
I did a spell once, but I'm not sure. I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or not.
I don't
But-
remember. We've talked about it, but I don't remember.
Yeah. See what
Well, I
happened
thought it
was.
was cord cutting. We talked about it. That just came out.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
That's
So-
probably when we would have talked about it.
That's probably it.
Because
See
that
what-
was it. I
See,
think.
what happened was I was minding my own business and I needed $1,200. And so
Yep.
I was like, let me get me like a green candle. And I actually ordered this stuff from a girl that put everything in there for me. And so I lit it and, did everything I was told to do. I researched it. And tell me why. I didn't have no money coming in for 3 months. But after that 3 months
You
was
didn't
over,
have the right intention.
listen, we cannot be like, your dude is right. He was wrong.
And actually, everybody does a little witchcraft every day.
Yes.
We
We're
all
going to
do.
get into that one actually the mid-end of September. Sometime in September, we're going to record that one to kind of explain.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going to be a
excited.
podcast.
But I think you learned a lesson off of that $1,200, though.
Yeah.
You did. I know you did. I know you did. Because I would have.
And now I'm like, I never want to do it again, but then I see all these cute little things with like oranges or lemons, and I'm like, I want to try that. That looks like fun.
I wouldn't. It's taboo, kind of, with money.
Yeah. So, speaking of practicing, what do you like? What is your favorite thing about being a witch?
Learning for me. I love to learn just everything I can about the ways of how it used to be and the reasons we did it.
Yep.
But I also like to know modern too, because we do have modern, like stuff that's newer.
Mhm.
But just learning about the craft itself is like, it draws you in.
Yeah.
It really does. It's just learning. For me, it's learning.
What about you, Miss Maria? Miss Quiet over there?
I was just thinking. I like to take notes and learn things. And I forgot what the question was.
We're all tired, guys. You got to remember that.
What is your favorite thing about being a witch?
Oh, my favorite thing about being a witch
Mm-hmm.
is that people don't understand it. And if they find out that I'm a witch and they get all scared and they're scared I'm going to curse them or hex them or something, even though I'm not going to, because I don't want to waste my time with that.
Butter at the stake.
Well, yet again, that comes to people misunderstanding a cult with cult. There is a cult, and then there is a cult. And people got to realize this stuff been going on for way longer than you can realize. And you're telling me ancient, so you know what I mean? Like shamans still do shaman stuff. They pass that down from generation to generation. If it didn't work, you really think they still would continue with it?
This question just reminded me of when. Do you remember when your boyfriend would ask you if I was really a witch? and I've known him longer than I've known
He's
you.
watching. We can't tell him that I told you that you.
He already knows because I talked to him about it before. A long time
Yeah,
ago.
it was really cute. I think he asked me at least twice, once in a car, and I don't remember. But yeah, he was like,
Is she really a witch?
I'm like, yeah, she says she's a witch, so I'm assuming. Whatever I
All
said.
the signs were there if you come to my house.
And you know what's weird
Yeah.
for me?
Hmm.
Out of my 5 kids, only 1 took this up. I have 2 that believe in the
Mhm.
Christian way of life. So that's what I mean. We're not bad, we're not wicked, and we're not going to pull your children into it. My own kids believe in what they believe in and what they want to
Yeah.
believe in. I push, to believe in something. That's about it. You got to believe in something. And I didn't raise a bunch of witches and wizards. I only raised 1 out of 5, and she stepped into it full heartedly, but into a totally different religion than not me even.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
her witchcraft is totally different than mine. I don't even know if you call it witchcraft. It's more paganism, but
that's fair.
it
So,
is.
so, what is your favorite spell and why? I'm gonna have Maria go first on this
Thank
one.
you, because I'm like,
She looks very
The only thing
confused.
I do on a regular basis is I do a cinnamon into my front door on the first of every month because
Yeah, you got me doing that too. I did it on the opening of the Lions Gate, and then you said cinnamon, and then I was like messaging all my family, "Don't forget your cinnamon." And then I put it in our Dr Pepper. Like I was like, and then I drank it all up. Was it good? Yes. And I thought, will I do it again? No. But I had, and you know what? The rest of that month, it was a good month, I think.
that's why I had to figure out what day it was. I was like, oh no, but it's not the first yet.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. But that's the only one that I regularly do because I feel it helps. It helps me, I think.
Yeah, you feel a little bit more at peace.
Mm. If
What
I
about,
don't do it, I can feel it.
be like, oh, I need the cinnamon. Bathe in it. Just kidding. That was a little. I'll shut up. So, what about you, Raven? What's your favorite one and why?
Manifestations.
Yes, I like that one too.
I like to like anything from spirits to myself to stuff for other people.
Hmm.
But I'm more, like I said, a spellcaster lately than anything, it feels. But
You're like a good manifester too, you
yeah.
know. Oh, I do like doing that. Um. Okay, so this
So
is a
I
weird.
was
Sorry, go ahead.
huh?
No, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I just got notified on the podcast app thingy. There was a little notification bubble. Apparently, there's 2% of people 45 through 59 that are enjoying listening to us.
Aw.
Yay! I
Yeah.
mean, y'all put in your comments. The more comments you put in there, like it's
Yeah.
gonna be so much better, you guys. Like we really need it. We need the likes, comments. We want your questions, your opinions, and you need to subscribe.
Like,
But I'm not
share,
Like,
and subscribe.
um. So let me see here. What did she say? I don't know. Let me see here. Just want to see. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. Okay, so wait. Am I on the right one? I don't know.
Right, what?
Oh, on the right life. Okay, so I'm watching this now. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be like a really weird question. Um, Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. How much do you study versus create yourself in your craft?
Manifest into our craft is, I would say, about 40% of the time, 60% is, well, not even. I would say 30% manifestation, 70% practice.
Yeah.
30% practice, 70% studying, learning,
Mhm.
honing in
It's
on
all
it.
about yeah.
Yeah, like you got to practice makes perfect kind of thing. But I say
Yeah.
30,
Mhm.
70. And when I say
That's yeah.
manifest, I really mean like doing your craft, like getting your hands dirty kind of thing. But I say about 70% is studying and learning and always redoing your craft, always
Yeah.
re-upping it, relearning it
Always
into a better way.
revamping, making a little bit of changes that you feel need to be changes because you can feel it needs to be done one way one time, and then you'll feel something different the next, and you have to make that little change for it to feel right.
Especially if you're helping others. So we're always going back and forth with studying.
Yeah, you have to customize a lot of stuff depending on the situation also.
Yes.
Let's see here.
And the tools of the trade for that one are mortar and pestle,
Mhm.
salt rings, pendle, like these. I'm
Yep.
too tired to say them at this point. A lot of cleansing, incense. So you also got gathering. So it might even be 20% doing your craft, 10% gathering your craft, and
Oh, yeah,
70% studying your craft
because you can't
kind of
just
thing.
for some of this stuff, you can't just go on Amazon or something and be like, "This is
No.
what I need," because you have to have it you need to get it from a good spot, a good
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
has to have good vibes or it just throws everything off.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess for like I'm not a witch, but
You
I
dabble
I
though.
I research, I guess. Like, but
That's why I call it
not
dabbling, like
yeah,
researching.
So
You don't
just
have
kind of getting more information, but not really using the information. It's just more of like a curiosity, I think, for me.
practice without use, pretty much. Like,
Mhm.
and when I say practice, I mean studying. That is still a practice.
yep.
But you, like I said, you straddle. You believe. You know what I mean? You're just like us. You take you. I think you pull too. Actually,
Yeah.
I do. I think you pull more than you want to admit
She does.
sometimes.
I think I do a lot of manifestation, and I'm really good at it, and I really enjoy it. But I think it has to be because I am a July Cancer, right? And so that's a huge thing. I'm a water sign. I do everything with like emotions. Um, sorry. So I put our website on there in the comments. Um, sorry. So that was what I was doing. But I like grounding myself. I really enjoy just connecting with the earth, period. I really enjoy, like, what's the other word? It's not yoga, but it has to do with, it starts with M.
Meditation.
Yeah, meditation. I really love meditation. Like, I overly love it because I have the perfect spot and I have the craziest, like, not really so much crazy. It's just so calming. But that's just me. Everybody's different.
So, there's this whole thing like, there was a whole post on Reddit that I was reading. People will be they'll their, like, main religion is Christianity. I almost couldn't say it because I hadn't said it in so long. That's their main religion, but then they have this little sliver of they call it was witchcraft. It was just they called it straight up witchcraft, and there ain't nothing wrong with that,
No,
that you bring them together because they work well together. There's
they
lots of things
do.
that come together. There's lots of common,
A lot of
uh
Christian, how can I say this? A lot of I don't want to say it wrong. A
It's
lot
really
of
hard to say.
a lot of okay, witchcraft is
With all due respect.
Yeah.
heat for this one. Okay, Christianity was made after paganism. We got to remember the
I would just say,
Colosseum,
it would just say,
and
with all due
they're
respect,
rooted.
in my
They're
opinion.
rooted. My
Yeah.
okay, all due respect, but this is actually a study. Um, Paganism and Christianity all started, and
Yeah.
they're rooted in each other.
I think, yeah, and they kind of all, everything kind of just comes together in the end. I think that's what you were saying a while back. And I really kind of like took that in, and I'm like,
It
I did
does.
see that.
They intertwined at one
They
like
Yeah.
do. They
they
intertwine.
do. Like we had fights over this, and we went to
Mhm.
war over this at one time. We got to remember that.
Yep.
And they fought for their grounds at one time. So they
Yeah.
literally interlocked when
Mhm.
they butted
Yeah.
heads, and we took like holidays from each other, and we made them into our own. And that's the beauty of it. We made them into our own. And that's why I was so afraid to say it, because we do interlock with a lot of it. And
Mhm.
that's why I think we all three get along. We all understand that nobody is above nobody else in this lifetime,
Yeah.
and we all interlock in one or two ways. I would say thousands, but one or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's a fun. This is the last question. It's kind of fun. We may not be getting to an hour today, but that's okay.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like fading. I'm like,
Oh, am I fading?
no, I'm fading.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, you know, but
It's almost 1 o'clock here.
Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, okay, what is the most important thing you think people should know about you?
Then I'm more than a witch.
Yeah.
Um,
We're
my
moms.
values, we're
Mhm.
moms, we're wives, and our views are actually closely held by people of
Mhm.
other values. We don't believe in hurting people. We
Nope.
believe in actually a different kind of law with that. We believe in karma. We believe
Yeah.
in the three folds. We believe that to each its own. We
Yeah.
also believe I'm not going to go out and harm another living thing on this earth without thinking that it's going to take away from me in some way. And
Yeah.
like, I also believe in like I said, karma. It's pretty much
Yeah.
karma.
And when I do any spell work or anything like that, I always put no harm to others.
Oh
I
yeah.
always you all I just feel like
If
I
you
have to
want
say that
that,
every time.
that's that's a totally different. That's not witchcraft anyhow.
Nope.
That's getting into hoodoo and voodoo, which I
Yep.
love. I love the practice, but would I practice it myself?
Mhm.
No, I don't think I'm going to go that side.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But
I love to study it. It is
yeah,
so
it's
interesting.
very interesting.
But yet
That's one of
again,
the reasons
that
I wanna
also
get down
has
to New
roots.
Orleans.
Yeah, I love it down there. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love it. But the Haitian voodoo and well, hoodoo
Mhm.
has actually just like where we're just talking about Christianity and paganism,
Yeah.
hoodoo and voodoo. Everybody's like, oh, that's just me. No, it's Haitian voodoo. They kind of have roots in each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It really is. But we all should love each other no matter what.
Mhm.
Happy.
We got to
Yeah.
start
And just,
outlooking that.
I agree. Like, you do more with love. When you do things, you do it out of love. If
Yes.
you even just you don't like somebody and you don't do
You
it,
don't have to believe in it,
yeah. If
Mhm.
even like daily things, like if you can't do it out of love, then don't do it. You know.
pretty much.
But I think that is all the time that we have for today. I really appreciate y'all doing
Oh,
this
wait.
interview.
Did
Hold
you
on.
want to
Oh, sorry.
wait?
I don't know if y'all can see it.
Hold on, let me get my glasses.
Nice.
Sweet.
And we
Fourth.
just
Yeah.
hit 50 streams.
Nice,
Oh,
guys.
it's all those little mini videos.
We just hit
Yay!
50 streams.
Yes.
Woo! Party! Can
Nice.
we have a pizza party now?
So I think that once we get to 100 whatever, I forget what it's called right now because my brain's not working. I think we could do
None of
a
ours are.
podcast launch party just because.
Okay, we could do that.
I'm down.
Even if we just sit on here and talk and go
And
live.
just interact with the audience, and
Yeah.
especially if we go earlier. I think we got
Mhm.
more when we went earlier the other day.
Yeah.
I think
I
everybody's
mean,
sleeping.
if
They
we
got to
could do
work.
Thursdays or um, Fridays.
I was gonna
That's
say
fine.
Fridays might be good, but I don't
Yes.
know.
But don't forget to catch up on those, like the Facebook group and
And
TikTok.
Like,
you know,
share,
subscribe.
yeah.
All right. Well, that is the only time we have for tonight. Y'all have a very blessed night. Stay out of trouble. And if you kind of wonder if this might be a bad idea, then it probably is a bad idea. That's my advice.
Yeah, don't overstep your boundaries for anybody else.
The planets are aligned to kick you back in gear.
Oh
So,
yeah, they are.
so
Oh
get back
yeah,
to
that was right
Yeah.
now, right?
No, that was this morning,
Yes,
but they're
this
still in
morning.
line.
Oh
So-
yeah.
So
I
definitely
wonder
get
if that's why I
some-
woke up in the mood I did.
Yeah, the planets ain't gonna be playing nice today.
Oh
They're
yeah.
too aligned.
I woke up and wanted to fight people.
Yeah.
I thought it was my dream.
Oh.
What
All
planet
right.
is it falling?
Okay.
But